Taya Williams. Thank you for joining me here on Taya's Sweet Aroma. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the recipe for my Chipotle lime shrimp tacos. These shrimp tacos are so delicious. They're very easy to put together. For those of you that have worked with shrimp before, you know that it's one of those things that cooks up very fast. So this whole meal can be prepped and done in under 30 minutes. I like to top these tacos in a delicious Chipotle lime slaw, which I think adds a bit of freshness as well as some heat to the tacos. I also, earlier today, I went ahead and prepped my shrimp. So I'm gonna show you what I did with my shrimp and then we'll move on to the next step. To get started with the shrimp, what I like to do is I take a bowl and I line it with some paper towel. That way, as I'm done getting the shrimp peeled, I lay them in here in a single layer, and because you want your shrimp to be really dry when you're before it's time to cook them. So I layer them in a single layer, then I'll put another layer of paper towel and put more shrimp. Just make sure you have this next to you. I'm gonna also be just leaving the shrimp in the shrimp shells in the strainer and saving those shells. I've said it before, and some of my other recipes where I've used shrimp is where I peeled shrimp, is that you want to save those shells because they really make a really good seafood stock. Now the shrimp I'm going to be using is this Argentinian red shrimp. This shrimp is one that I love using for these tacos because it really does have a really nice taste and texture to it. But use whatever shrimp you have on hand, or whichever extra large shrimp you can find in your grocery store will work perfectly for this recipe. So you can see here, these are some really nice shrimps. Sometimes you can find them on sale in the store as well. So to get started, you just want to run some cold water over your shrimp until you have them thawed. The shrimps are now fully thawed. So what you want to do once they get to this stage is just remove the shells. Gently pull the tail out, and then take it, place it into your bowl, onto the paper towel. Again, we're trying to absorb as much moisture as we can before we get started cooking. I have the first layer underneath. Gonna fill up this. Trying to just keep everything in a single layer. I'll put more paper towel if needed. And so as soon as I am done getting all of the shrimps peeled, we will go over the ingredients. The ingredients you're going to need for this recipe is some cabbage that has been finely sliced, vegetable oil, some chipotle chilies. I went ahead and diced them up, removed the seeds, and I kept some of the adobo sauce. Have here some cilantro, some purple onion, lime. Now the first set of seasonings here is going to go on the shrimp, and it is some chili powder, Mexican oregano, as well as some cumin. In this bowl, I have the seasoning that's going to go into the slaw. It's some freshly ground black pepper, salt, granulated garlic. I also have here a can of Rotel. And for my corn tortillas, I went ahead and toasted them up on a griddle pan, just allowing them to get some dark marks on them. And I've sealed them in the plastic to keep them warm. But you can also, if you have a gas burner, you can do it over a gas stove. So we'll go ahead and get started cooking the shrimp. To get started with the shrimp, what you want to do is mix all your ingredients together first. I like to go in and break apart the Mexican oregano leaves. That way they distribute over the shrimp a little better. One thing you might notice I do not have in this seasoning is some salt. That's because the shrimp has plenty of salt, so you don't need to add any in. Now I'm going to go ahead and season the shrimp, get it tossed into the seasoning. It's now all tossed together. The seasoning has coated all the shrimp evenly, so we can go ahead and get started cooking the shrimp. To get started with the shrimp, you want to go ahead and add some of the oil to your cast iron or any heavy duty pan that you have over a medium heat. Then you can begin adding in the shrimp. Do not move them once you get them into the skillet, because you want to allow them to get some nice color underneath. The first side of my shrimp has been cooking now for about a couple of minutes. You can see it started to develop some really pretty color on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and get them flipped over and allow the other side to cook. The other side of my shrimp has had a chance to cook up and develop some really nice color. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the cooked shrimp out Get some more in and continue to do this with the rest of the shrimp. As soon as it's all done, we'll get to plate it up. Before I get started making the dressing for the slaw, one of the main ingredients I forgot to mention was the mayonnaise. So you want to get the mayonnaise into the bowl, add in the chipotles, the lime juice, the granulated garlic, salt, and black pepper. Now, before I add the other stuff in, I'm going to give this a quick whisk. Now I'm going to add in the tomatoes. Get those mixed in. To finish off the slaw, you want to go ahead and add in your cilantro, onions, and then that chipotle lime dressing. Give everything a toss until it's well combined. The slaw is now well combined. You want to make sure that you don't mix the sauce in over the cabbage until you're ready to serve the tacos, or else the cabbage will get really soggy. I'm going to get a plate so we can get a taco plated up. To plate the taco up, you just want to take a corn tortilla, add on your shrimp, top your shrimp and some of the slaw. I like to add on some avocado, as well as some queso fresco cheese. And take a lime, give it a squeeze over the top. You see how easy it was to put these tacos together. You can really smell that chili powder smell that's on the shrimp, as well as that nice ocean smell from the shrimp. I'm gonna go ahead and give this taco a taste. It is so good. That slaw adds that nice bit of freshness, some tang. The shrimp is perfectly seasoned, got a nice little kick. One thing I did want to mention is if you're worried about the amount of chipotles in this recipe, you can go ahead and cut that in half, but I think it's perfect this way if you like a nice little kick to your food. The shrimp is cooked perfectly, not too overdone. Nice and tender still. You got to give this recipe a try. I think it's one you're going to really like. I mean, you think about having a taco like this when you're like near a beach or on a coast somewhere, but here I am in 30-degree weather with snow in my yard and enjoying a nice seafood taco. Anyhow, I'll be sure to include down in the description box below a link to my website where you can find the written recipe. Don't forget to like and subscribe below. And as always, I hope to see you again next time. Bye.